we're about to tow our 42-foot Yellowfin that weighs almost 20,000 pounds, 1,200 miles across the United States to the Lake of the Ozarks for the shootout that's happening next weekend. We've got 3 main goals today: to pull this giant boat out of the water that has 1,200 horsepower. It's an absolute beast. No way is it going to be able to compete in the Ozarks, but it's going to be awesome to cut through everybody else's wake smoothly, right? So step 1 is going to be getting it onto the trailer smoothly. Number 2, we've got a super steep boat ramp. We might scrape, we might not, but it's super narrow. It's a short boat ramp. It doesn't go very deep, and it's also steep. And then step number 3 is we got to be legal to go down the road. We already know that our boat on the trailer is going to be higher than he's permitted to tow at 14 feet, which means we're gonna have to disassemble some stuff on this boat. And today, to help me on this project, I got Mark Bonafide from MB Performance. Mark, appreciate you guys coming out, making this happen today. This is an epic rig behind us, and I can't wait to get the boat loaded up behind this thing.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here. Super happy. It's gonna be a great project.
So let's get this thing out of the water and get to working. All right, real quick before we put the boat on the trailer, we only made a limited number of these duck camo and white duck camo RPM hats. Also have them in black, light gray, and white that are available on cletusmcfarland.com. We also just dropped a bunch of stickers. We got some shirts coming too. Make sure you jump over to the website after the video and pick one up before they're sold out.
In this town in my truck, riding around with a plug, a bone cut in my lip. You'd have to cut the whole tree down, can't rip these roots out the ground. Ain't getting out and I don't care, 'cause why in the hell would I leave? I don't need anything but fried chicken and cricket.
All right, we're about to pull up to Blackburn Point Marina. This is a very tight boat ramp. There's not a lot of room for error on this deal. Not only that, but it's pretty high tide. I'm worried that when we start pulling this boat out of the water, we're gonna bottom this thing out against the concrete. So once we get this thing out of the water, that's just step 1 before we get to start taking the radar off and everything that's up high, so that we can hopefully drive this thing down the road and it's not too tall. So I'm currently standing on the boat ramp at Blackburn Point. As you can see, there's not a lot of room for error right here. And this is what concerns me the most. Backing in the trailer, we're gonna be fine, but once we put that boat on there, as you can see, many other people have bottomed out and hit their trailer on this ramp. So we're gonna go talk to Mark, see if we need to make a plan, if we need to take this at an angle, or if we're gonna be able to go straight in through here, or hey, he's got the experience, he's the professional. I've actually never put this boat on a trailer before, believe it or not. It stays in the water on a boat lift. So let's go link up with Mark before we back that trailer in so that we can nail this on the first time. But look at that thing, dude. Looks freaking good. So Mark's about to pull up in his Volvo semi-truck that he's converted to a flatbed. Pretty much the perfect truck for pulling a boat this size. And this, I gotta say, this thing is super epic. I cannot wait to check this rig out. What a rig. This thing's so sick. Can't believe we're pulling our boat behind this thing. What a dream. This thing is serious, man. This thing means business. We just had to have this trailer custom made by Mercury to handle this much weight and length on the boat to go this far. It's never even been in the water before. Which obviously for Mark is a great thing, right? Because trailers break down pretty much instantly once they start hitting salt water. They're cooked. Mark, what do you think about this ramp? I'm a little concerned how steep it is.
Yeah, me too. It's got a little bit of a curve to it. You can see there's some metal damage there already from other people. So
if it starts scraping, you're just gonna keep pulling?
Use the Raptor as a little bit of help. So
you got a toe strap?
For sure.
All right, let's get to it, man. All right, guys, well, this is the moment of truth. This is what I've been most nervous for all day, is getting this thing out of the water. But then the project doesn't end there. We gotta make sure that the boat's gonna be short enough to get underneath bridges and stoplights and everything like that. So Mark's got a measuring tape. We're gonna measure it, take the radar off possibly. We got some work to do. MB Performance, they specialize in concierge everything boats, right?
Yeah, high level. We focus mainly on high performance boats. I've been in this industry for about 30 years in high performance specifically. So majority of our customers are large center console multi-engine boats. We do everything from repower to custom work, custom paint, to maintenance, to service, to storage, to moving them down the road.
All right, man. Well, that's step number 1 and step number 2 complete. Step number 1, I was able to nail it against Mark's word on the first try. I got this thing on the trailer. And then step 2, we were able to get off that tiny boat ramp, but we scraped a little bit. I think we need to check out some damage. And then we got to measure this thing to see if we're even going to be legal to tow it down the road. So you barely caught it right there in the middle.
How much fuel do you have on board?
Is it right if I filled it?
Yeah, no. I mean, the truck really won't care, but good to know. 325
gallons, and I believe this thing holds 580 or 650, somewhere around there.
Okay.
So about a half a tank.
All right, so $3.50 a gallon versus $5.50 at the marina.
Yeah, it may not be a bad idea to fill up before we get to the Ozarks, save ourselves a couple $100 that we could spend on a nice dinner instead.
More than a couple hundred.
Yeah, that's true. Well, what do you say? Should we measure this thing? You want me to jump up top on the T-top?
Yeah, for sure.
Not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of heights.
The other way.
Now you're permitted at 14, but ideally we would be at about 13.6.
Yeah, the truck is 13 for reference. So from where you're sitting.
Oh man, yeah.
So we are 12 to the top.
12 to the top of the T-top.
So measure top to the box. We know the boom's coming off.
So 13.
So we're 13 to the box plate.
Yep. To right here. Yep. So we could just undo these 4 bolts there.
Pull the boom.
The FLIR, that should be good.
Yep.
I've actually never taken a radar boom off, but I love this thing. Yep. Too big. Looks like it's about 2 millimeters too big. This would be a great time to paint my boom. How do these disconnect?
There's really nothing attaching to it.
You got a flathead? I got a little seal I gotta break. It's like right here.
Let's go slow. Go slow.
It's like cooked down there. That's why you should buy Garmin. I mean, the Simrads are great, but I'm a Garmin guy at heart. Well, now that we got her open, this is a good reminder of why you put Garmin on all of your boats. Now we're gonna have to tear into this thing even deeper. Can you get a good shot of this so that we know how to put it back together?
You know we're gonna get roasted for doing this.
Oh, dude. We're gonna get smoked. So you want me to start unplugging stuff from the circuit board?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start working our way from the bottom up. So we got this yellow and black wire. Plug goes down up under here. This is crazy work, dude.
I've never seen a boom not come off a radar.
Yeah, we're definitely missing something, I feel like. All right, well, that solves that. Now we got to get the pin out. Yeah, let's be honest, this is never gonna work again.
Huh?
It's moving a little bit. Is there like a stopper on it? Yeah, there is. Well, leaves us one last option, back to square one of removing that part, just the dome. Guys, we're idiots. It was just corroded. Chance and I gave it a good pull, and I'll tell you what, now I know. Rinse your radar off. There she is, nice and crusty. Probably need to clean that up a little bit before we put this back on. I think she's due for a paint job. So what else you guys want to do? Remove the stern light, call it a day? Now that we worked on the radar for an hour, we got our stern nav light. This one is looking to be a little easier than the radar.
Hopefully it's not quick connect in there.
I'm all right with snipping a 12 volt plus and minus over everything we unplugged on the Simrad. I think if we turn that thing back on and it works after I go back in and replug it all up, it's gonna be a miracle. Butt connectors. He started getting on and off the boat. That's not going anywhere. All right, that wraps it up for prep. Let's get a wide load banner on the back of this thing, get her down the road. Mark, I don't think you could have been more prepared for this. Like,
I think I've done this once.
I think you've got your system dialed in.
That one's at about 60. That one's at about 110.
When I inflate tires with over 100 PSI, I usually like to sit as close as I can to them. So the final touches before we hit the road, we want to make sure that the trailer's sitting level on all 3 tires. But in order to do that, we're gonna need to move the hitch up. In order to move the hitch up, we're gonna need to put a block under the jack, right? So in order to get a block under the jack, we gotta put it back up to the truck, lower it down, and yeah, all right, let's get to it. You get the gist of it. I don't trust that jack for the life of me. Nice.
I knew all those cheeseburgers would come in handy eventually.
That's right. That's why I eat at McDonald's. Nah, dude,
Steroid water.
It's definitely the fancy waters.
Yeah, country life is what you make it. You love it or you leave it. I got a reputation, I damn sure plan to keep it. Every bottle, every party, every parking lot fight. Guess all them daughters' daddies were right. I'm going nowhere. Stuck in this town in my truck, riding round with a plug, a long cut in my lip. You'd have to cut the whole tree down. Can't rip these roots out the ground. Ain't getting out and I don't care. Cause why in the hell would I leave? I don't need anything but fried chicken and crickets. If there's a yellow pine box, you can carry me in it. This red dirt, you can bury me in it. I'm going nowhere. Some people get this to ditch a dirt road with that kind of line signs as far as I'll go. Cause I'm stuck in this town in my truck, riding around with a plug, a long cut in my lip. You'd have to cut the whole tree down.
We had to move the trailer hitch up 1 notch so that it's at level on all the rear axles. But this electric motor kept dying and overheating. So now we've got the 12 valve over here, which by the way, I haven't started in 9 months and the thing keyed over right away. Kind of sick. Just can't be eating old Dodge. All right, well, we've got all 3 things checked off the list. We got the boat loaded on the trailer safely.
Safely.
We got it out of the water safely, just a little, number 2, and then number 3, we're legal.
Awesome.
All right, Mark. Well, he's going to hit the road, and we're on the way to the Ozarks for the shootout. If you guys want to follow along with this content, follow Mark's YouTube channel, MB Performance Marine, and stick around because we're going to be shooting a vlog while we're at the Ozarks with the boat as well. And if you see the boat on the way up, make sure you snap a picture and tag me. Of course, I'll repost it. Thanks, brother. You made this really smooth, and it would have absolutely ruined me if I did that myself
Awesome,
today.
Glad to be here.
All right, let's run it. We're going to go get some sleep. Mark's going to hit the road. We'll see you on the next video.
Tree down, can't rip these roots out the ground. Ain't getting out.